Hello, it's Nathan from Trillium Lutheran in Waterloo, and this is Oscar. And today we're talking about being kind to the earth, being kind to creation. Our Bible verse for today comes from Paul's letter to the Romans, chapter 8, verses 19. And our Bible verse is, "For creation waits with eager longing for the revealing of the children of God." Now, when we talk about being kind to the earth, there's lots of things that we can do, right? Lots of things that we can do to take care of the earth. One of my favorite things to do in nature is to learn about bees and bugs and butterflies. Do you like those things? Should we go visit some bees? Okay, let's go. Let's get ready. Let's get our suit on. Well, I'm all ready to go. Let's go visit the bees. So here we are at the bees. We're gonna go check and see how they're doing. Let's go see. So these bees are, well, they're not very happy with me because I've been checking inside their hive, and so they're worried that someone's gonna disrupt their honey stores. You can hear them. So let's just give them a little more smoke. Try to get them to calm down a little bit. But it's okay. It's okay. And let's take a look at what's going on inside here. So if I take out a frame, so here we go. I've got my tool. Lift it out. There's the bees, and there's the honey. You can see the cells with shiny liquid. That's honey. Some of them are yellow. Right in the middle there, there's some yellowy orange. That's pollen. They eat pollen as well, and they store that up. Okay, and then here's some crazy honeycomb, and the queen has been by recently, laid eggs, and the eggs are developing into larvae or pupa. All right, so this is called the smoker, and the smoker makes smoke, which calms down the bees. And this works in two ways. We'll put some pine needles in here, make it really smoky. This works in two ways. The smoke makes it hard for the bees to signal to each other that there is an intruder. So the guard bees near the entrance make a chemical to warn the other bees of an intrusion, and the smoke gets in the way of them sending that message. The other way that it works is makes the bees think that makes them think that their beehive might be in a forest where there's a forest fire. That their beehive might burn down and burn up all their honey. So then they all go in the hive and they start eating. And they try to put as much honey in their tummies as they can, so they'll have energy to find a new home if they need to. So we'll just close it up. And then we'll go put some smoke on the bees, help them get all calm and sleepy. All right, bees. Let's see how you're doing. Now, I'm a little bit worried that some of my bees might have left. At this time of year, sometimes bees, they swarm, which means the queen and most of the bees go and they look for a new home. And they leave some behind with a new baby queen to try to start over. And so let's just check and see if there's bees in here and how many. So they do a good job of sealing everything up. Oh yeah, these bees are happy. Look at that. They did not leave. They did not jump ship. So we want these bees to make honey for us to eat. And so in order to do that, we want to put another box on. And then the next box that we're going to put on is called a honey super. And before we put the honey super on, we're going to put on something called a queen excluder. The queen bee can't fit through these holes. And of course, the queen bee is the one who lays the eggs, which grow into larvae and pupa. And we don't want little bits of bee eggs and larvae and pupa in our honey. So this way, only the worker bees will go upstairs to the top floor. And so they will put honey in the top box, the honey super, and the queen won't get up there and make everything full of baby bees. So all the baby bees are gonna happen down below. All right, so we got another box to put on. This is our honey super where they're gonna make honey. Here we go. For sharing. These little bees work very hard. They are amazing. We'll just put this on here. I know, sweethearts. So you can see they're noticing something's going on here. They're all kind of acting grumpy, but we try not to disturb them too much. Okay, and I'll take this little window off so you can see. There won't be any bees in it just yet, but that's the window where we can check and see if the bees have filled up those honeycomb cells with honey. And when they have, it's time to harvest. We'll just put the lid back on so that these bees can get back to doing their thing. Sweet. Yeah, it looks nice, eh? Thanks, Beekeeper Nathan. Well, there are lots of ways that we can be kind to the environment. One of the things that we can do in the summertime around our house is to plant a garden, flowers, plants that support pollinating insects like butterflies and bees. You may know that monarch butterflies are endangered and they need milkweed to lay their eggs on. So milkweed is a great plant to plant in your garden. Here are some other species that you can plant. Hey Oscar, do you like snacks?
Yeah.
Oh, do you like making snacks with honey?
Yeah.
Should we go make a snack?
Yeah.
All right, let's go, Chef Oscar.
We're making a yummy snack for me to eat.
And what do we need in our snack, Oscar?
Honey. Wow butter.
And if you don't have wild butter, you can use any nut butter like peanut butter, almond butter. And Oscar, could you pass the Oscaros?
You can call them Oscaros or Cheerios since they're Cheerios.
Okay. And we're going to combine the honey and nut butter. We're going to use equal parts.
What's this?
Can you pour that in?
What's this? Why do we need all of it?
Oh, isn't that exciting? It's nice and sticky.
Also nice and sweet. What if I drop the box in? What if I drop the whole entire box in?
Oh my goodness.
And then we'll have Daddy, honey.
So we're combining equal parts honey and nut butter. And we're going to mix it together. This will be a very sticky thing to mix, so it'll be fun to mix. Why don't we save a little bit of that honey for eating at the end?
Okay.
Okay. Can you mix that up, please?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Mixing honey and nut butter. This is fun. Good work, Chef Oscar.
Did we have peanut butter too?
Well, we decided to use raw butter today, but you could use peanut butter instead.
Okay.
Would you like me to do some mixing?
Yeah.
Look at those muscles.
I can do it all by myself.
Great mixing. While Oscar's mixing that, I'll tell you what you need next. You're going to need a baking pan, but there is no baking involved in this recipe. So you take your baking pan, you can put your finished mixture straight in, or you can use parchment paper. We're going to use a silicone baking mat so that we don't damage the pan when we cut it into squares. Okay, and you've done a good job mixing. Soon we'll get to add the Cheerios. All right, Oscar, could you pour in Cheerios?
Pouring Cheerios.
So we have a nice mixed up consistency there.
Do we need all of the Cheerios?
We're gonna pour in until we have a good consistency.
Okay.
So we'll start with a little bit and then keep mixing.
I'm gonna pour as much as I can.
Okay. Good job. Good job. Mixing, mixing, mixing. Okay, let's take a break from pouring. You're gonna keep pouring? Oh goodness. We can add more later if we need more.
Okay.
That was cool. Oh, look at that. I'm excited to eat this.
When we're done, can I lick the spoon and then eat the snack?
Oh, that sounds great, Oscar. If you lick the spoon, does that mean I get to lick the bowl?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds fair. So we're mixing with kind of a scrapey. We're using a spatula or scraper here to get all of the sticky mixture off the edges. And hey, this is coming together really fast. We're gonna have a snack before you know it. So that was a good amount of Cheerios, Oscar. Thank you for
Yum,
being
yum,
the pourer.
yum, 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 yum. We've never made this before.
Do you think it's a good recipe? Should we save this recipe and make it again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got our pan. Oh, Oscar, we forgot an important step. Can you taste this?
Mm-hmm.
And let me know what you think. Thumbs up? All right. So we're gonna put this into the baking pan on top of the silicone baking mat. You could use parchment paper as well.
Parchment paper. Are we gonna cook though?
No, you know what's great about this recipe is we don't have to do any cooking. So it's nice and fast. And what we will do is we will press it down so it's all squished together into bars. And we might put it in the fridge for a while so that it sticks together and it's nice and solid.
Oh, if we put it in the refrigerator, it might get a bit yuckier. So I think we should not put it in the freezer.
Not in the freezer, no.
Not even in the fridge.
Okay, that's fine. You don't want it to get a bit yuckier? So we're mushing it down here until it's nice and flat. We're going to really mush it because we want it to stick together so that we'll be able to cut it into squares.
Might be the biggest, might be the
The silicone baking mat will make the cleanup a lot easier as well.
What if I actually eat a whole chocolate bar that big?
Oh my goodness, how would your tummy feel?
Perfect.
Okay. And there we go. That's your recipe. So the ingredients were honey, nut butter in equal parts, and then O-shaped cereal until you have a good consistency, and then you put it in a pan, cut into squares. Should we cut it up, Oscar? All right. Now, we're not going to rest it in the fridge because Oscar says that might make it yuckier. So we'll just see if it cuts into squares. We might have to eat this with a spoon since it's not going to stick together if we don't let it cool in the fridge. What do you think?
I think we should eat it with a spoon.
Yeah? Oh, man. Let's get a spoon.
The biggest. Brachiosaurus might be the biggest. Brachiosaurus might be the biggest. Brachiosaurus might be the biggest dinosaur.
What do you think? All right.
We should call these. We should call these while we just made.
They're not granola bars. What should we call them? Honey bars?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that, Oscar. Honey bars. Okay, here's a spoon for you. Here's the rest of our honey. What do you think? Oh, you think you should eat some? Good idea.
Daddy, I want you to eat this honey.
Oh, that sounds good. Oh, that's very sweet. So sweet. Hey, Oscar, I would like to teach you Psalm 119, verse 103. And this is a psalm we can say when we read the Bible or when we practice our Bible verse for the day. Okay, repeat after me, Oscar. How sweet.
How sweet is your word? Sweeter than honey in my mouth.
How did you know? How sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. And that's a great verse that we can say after we learn our Bible verse for the day. Oh my goodness. Who's going to eat that much honey?
You.
Okay, I'll try. Good, Oscar. Thanks for making that snack with me, Oscar. Was it good?
So yummy.
So yummy. Oh, fun. Hey, should we go visit Craft Lady Lucy?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Thanks, Nathan. Today on Lucy's Craft Corner, we're going to be making painted mirror effect bees. For this craft, you're going to need construction paper. I'll be using white construction paper. You'll need a pen or pencil. You'll need at least yellow and black paint, a cup of water to clean your paintbrushes in, and some paintbrushes. Alrighty, so our first step is to take your piece of paper and fold it in half like this. After unfolding your piece of paper, you should trace the rough outline of one half of a bee. Now you can make your bee any shape or size that you want it to be. Make sure to add a little stinger at the bottom. Next, we're going to start our painting. I'm going to start with yellow, and you're just going to paint the stripes of a bee, alternating between black and yellow. I'm going to do all of my yellow stripes first, but you can do it however way you want. Don't worry too much. If it's a little outside the lines, it's no worries. I also like to put quite a bit of paint on mine so that when you fold it, it transfers over nicely. Right. Now I'm going to move on to my black paint. And I'm just going to do the same thing, filling in the pieces here, the places. And then your final step is you're going to want to add some little details. So I'm just going to add some antenna. You can make yours short and straight. I'm going to make mine long and curly. But you can do yours however you want. We're also going to add a little wing. You can just make your wing however you like it to look. Just going to go over them again with paint so I make sure that they transfer when I fold it again. And that's all you need before folding it. So your last step is you're going to fold it in half. You're going to give it a nice soft, gentle press down to make sure the paint transfers. And then your last step is unfolding and looking at your beautiful bee. If you want at the end, you can fill in a bit of the paint or fold it again to make sure that you get all of that coverage you want. Just like that. Now, after unfolding and revealing your bee, you can add some small details like I did to mine. I had a little bee flying around and the words "be kind." Now, have lots of fun, and back to you in the studio, Nathan.
Thanks, Craft Lady Lucy. Now we're going to go visit the community garden here at Trillium Lutheran. So here we are at the Trillium Good Earth Community Garden, and we were just checking for strawberries. Were there any strawberries in our garden?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you save some for me?
No.
What? Did you eat them all?
Yeah.
Oh, Oscar. Well, if you don't have space to garden at home, you should check out the community gardens available here in Waterloo Region. And you can get in touch with us if you're interested in getting on the wait list for our community garden here at Trillium. So let's recap our Bible verse. For creation waits with eager longing for the revealing of the children of God. Romans chapter 8, verse 19. Some of the things that you can do to take care of the environment. You can plant a garden of pollinating plants. You can pick up litter with your family. You can cycle instead of driving. Make sure you spend lots of time outside this summer with your family. And thanks for watching. So Oscar, there's just a little bit of honey left in our container of honey. What should we do with it?
Yeah.
You want to eat that?
No, you.
Me?
You asked me to put it in your mouth.
Yeah, but that's before we started recording. Honey.